everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl again, Karimat of Boss Baby Talk. For my holders, I want to say thank you for always coming back here to show me love. And if you're new here, you're welcome to this beautiful platform. What I do on this platform, I create content surrounding my lifestyle, living here in Canada as an immigrant. I talk about how to migrate to Canada job opportunities, schooling, and how you can get your first accommodation when you finally arrive in Canada. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about revised requirements to better support international students. If this is what you've searched for on YouTube or what you might want to know more about, why don't you sit down, relax, grab your popcorn and juice, and stay glued on this platform. Anything about any information about how to migrate to Canada, schooling and job opportunity, housing, you will be getting it on this platform. Without further ado, let's get right into today's video. But before we go, have you subscribed? If you haven't, please go ahead and subscribe, turn on the bell notification for me so that you don't miss any of my important videos like this. News released December 7, 2023, Ottawa. Canada is the top destination for international students thanks to our high-quality educational institutions, our welcoming diversity society, and the opportunity for some to work or migrate permanently after graduation. While international students have contributed to the life on campus and innovation across the country, they also have experienced some serious challenges, such as finding adequate housing as they pursue their study in Canada. The Honorable Mark Miller, Minister for Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship, announced today that starting from January the 1st, 2024, the cost of living financial requirement for study permit applicants will be raised so that the international students are financially prepared for the life in Canada. Moving forward, this threshold will be adjusted each year when the Statistics Canada update the low income cutoff LICO. LICO represents the minimum income necessary to ensure that an individual does not have to spend a greater than average portion of income on necessities. The cost of living requirement for study permit applicants has not changed since the early 2000s, when it is set at $10,000 per single applicant. As such, the financial requirement hasn't kept up with the cost of living over time, resulting in students arriving in Canada only to learn that their funds aren't adequate. For 2024, a single applicant will need to be shown they have $20,635. So they are raising it from $10,000 to $20,630. So guys, please be aware of this. If you're coming to Canada to study, the cost of living, that you have to present has to be $20,635. So this is what you need to show them, that you have the cost of living. You have to be able to prove this in your bank statements, that you are showing to the government that you have it sitting right there in the bank statements, that you have up to this amount, $20,635 as your cost of living to come to Canada, representing 75% of the LICO. In addition to the first year of tuition and travel costs, this change will apply to the new study permit applications received on or after January 1st, 2024. While this will help prevent student vulnerability and explosion, we recognize that the impacts of the change could vary depending on the application. Next year, in collaboration with partners, we intend to implement targeted pilots that will test the new idea aims at helping underrepresented cohort of international students pursue their study in Canada. In welcoming international students, we have responsibility to make sure that the students are supported when they come to our country. Ahead of September 2024 semesters, we are prepared to take necessary measures, including limiting fees, to ensure that the designated learning institution provide adequate and sufficient student support as part of the academic experience. In order to achieve this result, it is imperative to work together with the provincial and territorial governments, learning institutions, and other educational stakeholders so we can ensure international students are set up for success in Canada. Minister Miller also provided an update on 3 temporary policies affecting international students that were all set up to expire at the end of 2023, including the following: the waiver of 20 hours per week limit of numbers of hours of international students are allowed to work off campus while classes in session will be extended to the April 30th, 2024. So if you haven't taken that opportunity before, perhaps you've not heard of that, you still have about 4 months left to be able to work more than 20 hours. You can work 40 hours, as much as you like, till April the 30th, 2024. Take that, opportunity and still work up to that time before it changes back to 20 hours. International students already in Canada, as well as applicants who have already submitted an application for study permit as of December 7th, 2023, will be able to work off campus more than 20 hours per week. Until that time, we continue to examine options for this policy in the future, such as expanding off-campus work hours for international students to 30 hours per week while class is in session. That is good if they can actually extend it, because accommodation is not easy, not easy. That's just saying. The facilitative measure that has allowed international students to count time spent studying online towards the length of our future postgraduate work permits. As long as it constitutes less than 50%, the program of study will continue to be in place for students who began a study program before September 1st, 2024. This measure will no longer apply to students who begins a study program on or after that date. Distance learning facilitation measure were first implemented in 2020 in response to the travel restriction during the pandemic, and were reduced to stop in September 2022. At this point, the vast majority of international students are studying in person in Canada. In response to the labor market disruption during the pandemic and post-pandemic recovery, a temporary policy was introduced on 3 occasions to provide an additional 18-month work permit to the postgraduate work permit holders as their initial work permit was expiring. Foreign nations with a postgraduate work permit expiring up to December 31, 2023 remains eligible to apply. However, this temporary policy will not be extended further. So guys, take note of that, and I will also be showing you a video to back this up.
But for today, I'm here to announce a few more immediate measures. International students need to be prepared for life in Canada, and we have a responsibility to make certain that they are well supported when they come to Canada. Mais les exigences relatives au coût de la vie pour les demandeurs de permis d'études n'ont pas changé depuis le début des années 2000, établi à l'époque à 10 000 $ par demandeur. Ce chiffre n'a clairement pas suivi le rythme de coût de la vie au fil du temps, ce qui fait que quelques étudiants arrivant au Canada apprennent qu'ils n'ont pas de fonds suffisants pour terminer l'année scolaire. So starting in January on January 1st of next year, in 2024, the financial requirement for study permits will be raised to reflect the current cost of living. And as such, a single applicant will need to show that they have $20,635 in funds to support themselves in Canada, moving up from $10,000, as I mentioned in French. Moving to a more accurate cost of living level that helps international students arrive with necessary resources to live and study in Canada. Future increases will be tied to the low income cutoff that Statistics Canada publishes every year, similar to other immigration programs. This cutoff conveys the income below which an individual may be in strained circumstances, as they have to spend a greater than average proportion of their income on necessities. Recognizing that students already have to show that they can cover their tuition as well as other travel costs, or cost of living threshold is set at 75% of the low income cutoff rather than 100%, and puts us on par with our competitor countries.
So guys, if you've watched up to this point, thank you so much. And I believe you get all the information. If you are a student planning to come to Canada to study in Canada, the cost of living requirements for study permit will be changing from $10,000 to $20,635. So please take note of this, so that when you submit your application, when you submit your bank statements and proof of fund, you will have all this fund there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay glued on this platform for more information about Canada immigration and how to migrate to Canada. I love you, and you already know it. Karimat of Boss Baby Talk. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, turn on the bell notification for me, and also share this video with family and friends. Share it with the people that you know they are also coming to study in Canada, whether now or in future. I love you. Goodbye for now.